What's up, guys? So here is another update on the MR2. So I've been real busy today. I got a lot of stuff done, so I want to show you. So the first thing I did was I got everything cleaned up. So I spent a lot of time with the power washer, and as you can see, it looks much cleaner in here. So I sprayed it down with some degreaser, and then I hit it with a brush, and then I power washed it. And it still doesn't look super clean, but that's all right. I'm going to sand it down and I'm going to paint it, so it'll look really good after that. So I still got to take a lot of stuff out, like all the wiring, hood latch, struts, stuff like that. I excuse me. I also cleaned the transmission. So this transmission looks so much better than it did. It honestly looked like it was dipped in black sludge. Now it's you can see the metal, which is great. So it looks way better. I spent like an hour cleaning this transmission, and it looks really good now. So also, I won't get so dirty working on it anymore. Although I got very dirty cleaning it. So here is my old motor. And one thing you'll notice is that I took a bunch of stuff off of it. And the reason why is I needed it for my other motor. So this engine that I bought, it was out of like a Corolla or something, because nothing worked on it. The fuel rail was different, the intake manifold, the throttle body, the coolant pipes had a different knock sensor, different dipstick tube, different motor mount bracket, yada. So, different alternator, the list goes on. So I got everything swapped out. You can see I've got my old manifold on there. I spent a while cleaning it up. Same with the fuel rail and injectors. I cleaned those up and put them on. I've got my MR2 dipstick tube. I've got my MR2 knock sensor in there. I've got my throttle body, which is bigger than the one that was on it. The coolant pipe, all that jazz. There was also some weird little coolant port underneath the intake manifold that I had to block off with a pipe plug. Let's see. So I went to O'Reilly's today, and I got a new intake manifold gasket for it. I was not able to find an O-ring for the dipstick tube, so I put some Mazda Bond on it. This gasket here was metal, so I figured I could reuse it. I put some of that Mazda Bond on there too. So hopefully it doesn't leak. So as you can see, I don't have the starter, alternator, or AC compressor on it. That's all right here. And the reason I don't have that stuff on it is because I want to put the wiring harness on first. So the wiring harness for the starter, it comes in through here and hooks to the starter. You've got the knock sensor to hook up. So I want to do that before putting the alternator and stuff right here. So I'm going to wait till I got it hooked up to the transmission and the wiring harness installed before I put the accessories on there. So that is pretty much it. Whew. I've been busy, guys. I've been super busy. So I'm working on it all day. It is hot out here. I spent all morning with the power washer and then all afternoon tracking down parts and swapping them over to the new motor. But the new motor is almost complete, almost ready to go in. You can see I've also got my new clutch and pressure plate on there. Got a brand new Exetti clutch and pressure plate. I forget the name of the brand of the flywheel, but it's just a factory flywheel. It's not lightened or anything. So I cleaned everything up real good, cleaned up the throttle body, cleaned up the intake, fuel rail, all that's nice and clean and ready to go. So one other thing I did is I got the wiring harness. It's up here. And I cleaned it up quite a bit. And I put some nice new electrical tape on there. In a few spots, some spots where it was like looking really bad. I think I might put a little bit more tape on here. But yeah, I got it nice and clean. Connectors, I cleaned the connectors up. You can see I do have one wire that I need to repair. I think that's to the knock sensor. But that's not a big deal. I can get that taken care of. So yeah, getting closer, guys. Getting closer. Here's my pile of parts that won't work. This is all junk that I took off of the old motor. There's the coolant pipe, the exhaust manifold, intake manifold, alternator, throttle body's in there, the thrust plate, all that junk is in there. You might also see 4AGE back there. So it's just another one of my rod-knocking Toyota motors to add to my collection. So yeah. You know, what's really interesting is I've got two Toyotas. I've got an 8.6 and I've got the MR2. So I'm swapping the motor on the MR2 now. So they're both going to have front-wheel drive motors that were converted to rear-wheel drive. And they both had to get the motors swapped because of a rod knock. So just a little interesting tidbit. They're also going to be the same color, which is a Honda color. So my two Toyotas both have a pretty similar path in life. They get into my hands, I drive them too hard, they get a rod knock, and then I put front-wheel drive motors in them and paint them a Honda color. So that's kind of my trademark. My Toyota, Honda, front-wheel drive converted Toyotas. I don't know. So anyway, that's it for this video. I'm going to try and get my paint gun out tomorrow and hopefully get this engine bay painted. So that's my mission for tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I'm a little nervous. I don't have a lot of experience painting. It's been a long time. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to see if I can get this engine bay painted. And then later this week, should be able to slap that transmission on the engine and put it back in there. So that's it for this video. I'll leave you with a shot of the new motor. All right, thanks guys.